everyone, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to another day in my 2024 holiday card series. This is the 10th one, and I hope you guys will humor me for a little bit. So last week I sat down to make cards for this week's videos, and I got frustrated because I had this big bag of pattern paper scraps. I had like 2 bags of glitter paper scraps. I had 2 different bags of cardstock scraps, and I was like, I can't handle it anymore. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit down and see just how many cards I can make with the scraps in my bags. So that's what we're doing this week. So if you missed it, I'm doing something called Project Use Your Stuff. Plus, I've been trying to be as zero waste as possible, just meaning that I don't want to contribute more to the landfills than absolutely necessary. So I save all of my paper scraps, and a lot of times I just save them with their pads because I have all of my pads in quart-sized Ziploc bags, my 6x6 pads, for that very reason, so I can keep and hang on to the scraps. Sometimes I'll forget, I don't remember where it came from, or some of this is actually a pattern paper pad that I finished last year and I just had a few pieces left over. So in today's video, I'm going to be working on background only. We're going to do a couple of different things. Wednesday's video will be actual cards. Hopefully Friday's video will actually also be cards. So we'll have to wait and see. I still have, I would say, and you're going to see the bags and like when I get started, I would say I have only about 1/3 of that pattern paper left. So I have really good intentions and hope that I can get that finished before the end of the week. So that's my goal. So in today's video, I'm making, I don't know, 5-6 different card kind of bases. Not like, well, is it a base? Kind of. It's layers. We're doing some stuff. So no stamping today, but we will be stamping at least some for these backgrounds. I promise. So, if you're new here, new to my channel, hello, my name is Misty. I'm normally not this chatty. I don't know, it's probably not true either. Wait, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Be sure to leave a comment. At the end of every month, I'm picking a random video and a random commenter to win a prize. I'm going to do that on the 1st of every month. So, you'll have until like September 30th to get all your comments and stuff in. I'm doing my best to upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Central. There's been a few days that I've missed, but I'm trying to be more on top of it, and I hope that I can continue to do that for sure. So yeah, other than that, I can't think of anything else I need to tell you. Yeah, all right, let's head over to the craft table, and we'll work on using up some of this paper. Lord have mercy on my soul. Okay, friends, fair warning, if you don't like mess, I apologize. My desk is a hot mess, and that's what really was the catalyst for this. I had so much stuff around me. I was like, I have got to get some of this put away. So I have this at 3,000 times speed. This video had 3.5 hours worth of footage. Now, I didn't sit down thinking I was going to film 3.5 hours worth of cards. I just sat down, turned on the camera, and was like, I'm going to film until I'm exhausted. So I actually filmed probably 12 hours of stuff, and I'm going to try my best to kind of cut them down and be a bit more concise. As you can see, this one's 9 minutes, and it's 9 minutes because I have these going really, really fast. And the reason why I've done that is because these are simple cards. Like, I'm not doing anything noteworthy. We're just playing with trying to use this paper up. So you saw my pattern paper. This is all the glitter paper that I have. I have set aside things that have already been die cut, like rectangles, etc. And we'll be working through those. So I'm going to fall back on one of my old faithfuls. And I really originally didn't want to have to do this, but I have all of these little pieces of paper and I'm like, Misty, just do it. So I am going through and putting these little straps together, kind of color matching. Now there's all different brands mixed in with these strips, which is kind of funny, But for the most part, like I picked all the blues to go together, and then I have the ones that has the pink to go together, and then I've got a couple of red and green ones to go together, and then I found the gingerbread and I put them all together. And I'm going to be making the backgrounds using these strips. So this is adhesive from Scrapbook Adhesive, and it is a full sheet of adhesive, and I am adhering that to the back of a very thin piece of white cardstock. This is actually what I keep in my drawer to put inside of my cards. I think it's actually an index weight, but it's very thin, and I wanted that because if I decide to die cut these, if I have a thick piece of cardstock, it's not going to die cut very well at all. So I just adhere that, then I peel off the backer sheet, and I'm just going in a diagonal and making the paper fit, trying to have some kind of pattern to it. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to cut off the excess. And I actually saved all the little excess pieces, and I'm like, Misty, oh, we'll use them. And I'm like, Misty, come on now. Maybe we're taking this zero waste a little too far. We'll see. We'll see. So at the top left, you can see I have a couple of dies on my little magnetic paw. One of them says Mary, one of them says Let It Snow. My initial idea was to make all of these backgrounds and then make die cut these sentiments and put those sentiments on these cards. And we still may do that for some of them, but I do also plan to do some stamping, and we may even do the Queen and Company, one of their kits, to add some shaker elements. We'll have to wait and see how I feel. I haven't filmed those videos yet. I've done today and Wednesdays, but Friday's video I haven't quite finished. And the paper I've left is mostly red and green. So I'm saving red and green for last, like I did last week. If you missed it, last week I used a snowflake stamp set from Catherine Pooler and Sizzix. You guys love those cards, and I am so glad because I love those cards too. So fun. I'm going to try to update my Etsy shop by the end of the month. So the cards you see me make will be available there. So this one's actually going on a card base because I already had it all picked out. And I'm like, you know what, let's just go ahead and get this on a card base. But for the most part, most of them are just layers that will later be adhered to a card. And again, I'm using cardstock pieces, I'm using glitter paper, I'm using other pattern paper. And you can kind of get a sneak peek at my design process. I try to pull colors out from this paper to figure out which ones I want to use. And I have a rule of three when it comes to patterns. Some of you have heard me say this before. You want a pattern that's large, or like busy. So the background paper on this is very busy. You want a pattern that is a medium-sized print. So on this one, it would be the snowflake paper. And then the third one is you want something that's either like tone on tone, a piece of cardstock, or like this one, how it is pink and white polka dots, but it's very, very faint. That kind of helps with pleasing the eye, so to speak. Okay, so this is the last one I'm going to share with you guys today. This is some paper from Doodlebug, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this paper down. I'm going to add some strips, and then I'm going to adhere the purple to it. And I really like this. And there's teal in this paper. This is their winter collection from last year, I believe. So yeah, so that's it. So those are the card layers that I've worked on. Like I said, Wednesday's video will be us turning the gingerbread ones into gingerbread cards. And then Friday, I hope I'm able to use up at least the rest of the pattern paper. And if I do, we will celebrate. Okay. Anywho, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. No pictures. I hope you have a good day, night, weekend, wherever you are. I love your faces. I'll see you Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central for another video. Bye for now.